You are Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Red Sox take one on the chin. We know there are going to be days like this. Red Sox take one on the chin against the Yankees Saturday afternoon at the big ballpark in the Bronx. One big inning, one ugly inning for the bullpen. The fifth doomed the Sox and the pen. That rookie Rice, Massachusetts native, he had a day with the loss. A couple of impressive streaks coming to a halt for the Red Sox. Tomorrow is another day. We do welcome you into our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox. I've covered amateur, college, minor league baseball, major league baseball on the radio and TV going back to 1997, the same year that Wally, the Green Monster, became the official mascot of the Red Sox. We are not the same age. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts and where Gabby Hurlbut produces in-depth Red Sox content Monday through Friday. Not only are we providing reaction, we want your reaction as well. We don't want overreaction today after a terrific comeback win on Friday. A clunker for the Sox on Saturday. The Yankee bats coming alive. We would like you to join the conversation as well. Click on the comment button on our YouTube channel. Introduce yourself. Share your thoughts on today's game, on the upcoming trade deadline, on the All-Stars that are going to be announced on Sunday as well. Are you gaining confidence in this team to make a deep run in October? Hard to ask that question right now, the way things unfolded Saturday. But with Friday's victory, trying to feel good. Missed opportunity on Saturday. Opportunity to go 10 over for the first time this season. It did not happen. We're going to chat about the Red Sox bullpen needing a breather, a day off. They'll have one on Monday, a rain out, a starter, or starters going deeper into games. And not only going deeper into the games, but doing it consistently. Rafael Devers had a day at the plate, reaching a career milestone. We're also going to get into the rivalry, Red Sox-Yankees. Do we really see Alex Verdugo as the latest Yankee villain? Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox Postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. So we'll get into Devers in our second segment. Still great career numbers against Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole did not make it out of the fifth inning. But that fifth inning was a rough one for the Sox bullpen. Josh Winckowski made the start. We'll touch on him. But in that bottom of the fifth inning, Anthony Volpe, ground rule double. That tied the game at 4-4. Austin Wells, bases loaded walk. Yankees up 5-4. They would not trail again in the game. Cabrera had a sac fly to make it 6-4. 7 runs across, and the inning capped off with Ben Rice hitting his second of what would turn out to be 3 home runs in the ballgame. Rice, Massachusetts native, 3-run home run in that big 7-run fifth inning for the Yankees. It came off Chase Anderson. And Anderson, you know what, got roughed up, gave up 5 earned runs. But after he came into the game, Alex Cora did not have to go back to the bullpen again. And you sort of needed that along the way. So the Yankees do pick up the victory against the Red Sox. And the series is now even at a game apiece. As I touched on, opportunity to go 10 over 500 for the first time this season, clinch the series on Saturday with the finale Sunday Night Baseball and the final meeting of the first half of the season between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Sox missed out on it. Now 48-40, 8 games over, 5-game win streak overall coming to an end, 6-game road win streak also snapped on Saturday as well. So the Sox take the loss. The Yankees do pick up the win. And you go from there. Yankees, with the win, do avoid a 5th straight loss. They're still just 6-15 over their last 21 games. Winckowski made the start, and you sort of thought early on, okay, can you give you 5? And first NESN reference, Will Middlebrook said it at one point, I think, with Dave O'Brien on the NESN broadcast, where, okay, if he's got a quick inning here, you might be looking at 6. Instead, Winckowski goes 3 2/3. We knew what that meant almost immediately. And the bullpen bent on Thursday on Independence Day in Miami against the Marlins, but did not completely break, never gave up that lead in the bottom of the 9th inning, bottom of the 10th inning, 11th, and so on in the 12th inning. Winckowski, though, 3 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, Couple of walks, 2 home runs allowed. Alex Verdugo did touch him up for a home run. Verdugo took his time around the bases. We'll touch on that. But then Bernardino, 2/3 of an inning, 2 earned runs. Weissert, 1/3 of an inning, charged with 4 earned runs, walked 2. The umpires in this series have had a rough go of it behind the plate. Just pitches that are, either right in the strike zone or completely out of the strike zone, and you think, okay, there's a strike. No, that's a ball. Okay, that ball's outside. No, they're going to pick up a strike there. Anderson again, ugly line, 3 1/3, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs allowed, 5 hits total. Struck out 3, did not walk a batter. 14 for the final, but Anderson did not make you have to go back to the bullpen again in the 8th inning. I almost thought in the top of the 8th inning we would see Dom Smith again. Did not happen. Remember, Dom Smith has a scoreless inning on his resume this year. But Anderson does the job just in terms of, again, not having to go to another bullpen arm. Bernardino, Weissert, Anderson, the 3 relievers after Winckowski, and a tough one for the Sox. Okay? Back at it tomorrow. So what? What's next? Go enjoy a night off. And there's a little, late night last night on Friday night with that thrilling comeback victory. And I said it on our Friday night Locked On Red Sox postcast. You thought the Red Sox would want to come right back out on Saturday and play immediately. And 105 first pitch on a hot, muggy day in the Bronx, the Yankees put up 14 runs. You knew a clunker was coming. You move on from it. You simply move on from it going forward, and you see what happens. But a tip of the cap to Ben Rice, Yankees rookie, just up recently. 3 home runs. First Yankee rookie ever to hit 3 home runs in a game in a season. Had 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Tip your cap. Massachusetts native. If you were from Oregon or California, maybe we don't sing the praises of Ben Rice, but he's from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So, again, 3 home runs, and you go from there. Alex Verdugo, speaking of home runs, Verdugo hit a home run in the ball game. It came against Josh Winckowski, right? So Verdugo, his 2nd home run, and he's been scuffling ever since that home run. I think it was in the series opener against the Red Sox at Fenway a few weeks ago. He was really scuffling. And, a guy that dropped down a bunt base hit as well. His home run against Winckowski in the 3rd inning, that tied the game up at 3-3. Later in the game, after the Yankees were in front, Verdugo was at 3rd, and he was in conversation with Rafi Devers. And just kind of going back and forth. Conversation. But Verdugo did take his time around the bases in the 3rd inning. Again, the home run, 2-run shot, tied the game at 3. Took his time. Took his time going around the bases. Was it noticed by the Red Sox on the field? Absolutely. Was it noticed by the Red Sox dugout? Of course it was. So the rivalry is the rivalry. We know that. Not trying to make too much of it or too little of it. Kind of right in the middle right now. All right, Red Sox, Yankees are on. There'll be Sunday night baseball. That's going to be a draw for the series finale. Rubber game of the 3-game set. But just overall, I think Alex Verdugo adds a lot to it in terms of the rivalry. Just traded in the offseason. Probably not going to be a Yankee in 2025. I wouldn't think so. Got to lock up Juan Soto. Is Alex Verdugo going to be part of the future? I think he was a 1-year guy. Red Sox may ultimately win that trade. But Verdugo just adds a little spice to the rivalry. And we'll see if at some time he can chirp. We know that. He can chirp with the best of them. But at some point, do the Red Sox truly take exception? And all of a sudden, he's on base and something happens. And all of a sudden, the umpire tries to intervene. And then all of a sudden, the dugouts are emptying. And all of a sudden, the bullpens are emptying. I could see that happening during the second half of the season. If the Yankees and Red Sox end up mixing it up at some point in one of their games in the second half of the season, likely that Alex Verdugo is going to be right in the middle of it. Rafi Devers had a day to plate and reached a career milestone. We're going to get into that as we continue with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Again, Red Sox 5-game win streak comes to an end as they lose in the Bronx 14-4 on Saturday afternoon. Series now even at a game apiece. Rafi and his milestone and continuing to torment Yankee starter Garrett Cole. We'll discuss that. All right, so here we go. Series even, one game apiece. Locked On Sports Boston, the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. With the summer travel heating up, especially travel for baseball games, time to explore those U.S. cities you've always secretly wanted to learn more about. Yes, we're talking about your rival cities with hotels, bed and breakfasts, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com. You might just find your perfect stay, even in your baseball rival's city. A New York fan wanting to go to Boston. Have fun with that. Yankee fan wants to catch a Red Sox game, Yankee-Red Sox game at Fenway. They're on the Red Sox home turf. They want their team to win, but they're also excited, we know, to have a lobster roll. You've never heard New York claim that they have a better lobster roll than New England, right? Absolutely not. So Yankee fan in Boston, a Met fan in Boston, they want a lobster roll. They want their team to win. But they may very well also fall in love with a waterfront hotel. From hotels that look over stadiums to family-friendly results, Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. for your summer travel this Major League Baseball season. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, yes, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com, on the site, or on the Booking.com app. Locked On Red Sox postcast also brought to you by eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED lights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you are looking for. And with eBay's Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge savings and huge wins as well. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. So the Sox take one on the chin when we're going to get into Rafi Devers here in just a moment. But with the victory on Friday night and the way the Red Sox came back, Yoshida, 2-run home run with 2 outs against Clay Holmes in the 9th inning. Cedar Rafaela, 2-run home run in the 10th inning. Red Sox held on for the victory. I came on giddy. I came on excited about coming on and talking about the latest Red Sox win, and it was a thrilling one. And I kind of had an idea, and we're growing. Still looking to expand and grow when we go live within minutes of the last out of each Red Sox game from June when we got underway all the way through the end of the regular season, maybe during a postseason run as well. But I know on the podcast we were going to hit certain numbers. So I want to tip my cap and just simply say thank you. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the analytics that we put together after the podcast went up last night, and we had over 500 downloads. So thank you. That shows me that we're continuing to grow this. Now I implore you to simply join the conversation as well. Join us live. Share with your friends as well. Best way to advertise, word of mouth advertising. So if you can help us out with that, that certainly would be fantastic as well. But before we get into Devers again, I just want to tip my cap and say thank you very much. Excited over the fact that we hit over 500 downloads for our latest Red Sox Locked On Red Sox postcast from Friday night in a thrilling victory. Join the conversation with us on the YouTube channel. Again, we're on within minutes of the last out of each and every game. Before Devers and the milestone, Alex Cora. Sharing a story with the media prior to Saturday's game. Cora has been running between 4 and 4.5 miles pretty much every day since spring training. I applaud him for that. Saturday morning, already muggy, already hot in New York City, he ran into Central Park. And as he got into his run and towards the end of his run, he realized Central Park is very big. And also he realized that, maybe I'm right now in a place where I shouldn't be. So Cora shared with the media prior to Saturday's game that he took an Uber back to the hotel. Can you use Uber as a verb? He Ubered back to the hotel. Rafi Devers continues to torment one Garrett Cole. So Devers in the loss with his 1,000th career base hit. And I've shared this before. Devers, RBI single in the third, tied the game up at 1-1. He has owned Garrett Cole over the course of his career. And I was fingers crossed that Rafi Devers would hit a home run for his 1,000th career hit, because his first big league hit, a home run. His 500th career big league hit, a home run. Well, he waited. RBI single, 1,000th career hit. Yes, we acknowledge, yes, we tip our cap to milestones in baseball. We count all the numbers. Billy Chappell once said that to Jane for Love of the Game reference. If you don't know it, watch the movie. So Rafi Devers, 1,000 career hits. Then 1,001 career hit, the home run against Cole in the fifth inning. It gave the Red Sox a 4-3 lead at the time. We call that a short-lived lead, as the Yankees scored 7 runs in the bottom of the frame. But Devers continues to torment one Garrett Cole. He's done it throughout his career. I believe that was his 9th career home run against 8th career home run against Cole. His 19th on the season, now 53 RBIs. And Sox with 4 home runs in the series. And, Rafi Devers leading the team in home runs and RBIs. Is he going to be an all-star? Is he going to be named to the all-star team for the American League on Sunday? Yeah, he should be. He absolutely should be. And as we've been talking about Jarren Duran in recent weeks, I know it's great. I understand. I acknowledge it's great to be voted as a starter for an all-star team. But can we really get giddy and think for a moment that either Devers or Duran coming off the bench for the American League in Arlington a week from this Tuesday, they're going to have an impact on the game late? I'd rather see them late in the game. We know starters don't get long. They might get one at bat, and that's it. Devers, Duran coming off the bench. Duran may end up pinch running to come into the game, then get in a bat. But if Devers gets a couple of at-bats, has a chance to impact the game somehow, some way. I keep thinking about that. But Rafi Devers, the home run, the lead was short-lived, but a bomb, I think it went 441. Devers with the homer. It was great to see. It was absolutely great to see. 1,001 career hits. Hit number 1,000 RBI base hit. 1,001, the home run against Garrett Cole. And I mentioned Verdugo, kind of 2-run home run against Winckowski, going slow around the bases. Devers was, flipped the bat away, fired the bat away towards the third base dugout. Had a couple of words. Home run, up 4-3, you feel good. And at that point, I really thought, you know what? That might be the backbreaker for the game. Instead, Yankees show they're resilient, score 7 runs. There's one other thing I thought early on in the game, because, again, some bad calls with balls and strikes behind the plate. And I don't know what was going on with the Yankee Stadium, but you could actually hear individuals chirping. And I think Will Middlebrooks made a mention of that on the Nesson broadcast. But you could also hear Yankees manager Aaron Boone. I think that if the Red Sox were able to extend the 4-3 lead and not give up that 7-run bottom of the 5th inning, I think Boone at some point, if there was another borderline pitch that was missed for a ball or a strike to one of his hitters or one of his pitchers, I think it was one of those games where he was going to get tossed. Didn't have to happen. But Devers, again, tip of the cap. He's also closing in on another milestone, 190 career home runs. So Rafi Devers, I believe the 6th player in Red Sox history to reach 1,000 career hits before turning 28. It's also an impressive note on Rafi Devers' career as well. Numbers of the day, plus a look ahead to Cutter Crawford getting the start against Luis Gil. That's going to be the series finale. Red Sox, Yankees, Sunday night, rubber game of the 3-game series. Perhaps a little bit more intrigue will be added to the latest installment and the latest series and the latest game between the Red Sox and the Yankees on Sunday. Red Sox now 48-40 on the season. Opportunity to go 10 games over 500 for the first time this season, and that did not happen. They'll try to take 2 out of 3 in the series against the Yankees on Sunday. Wrap up numbers of the day after this. Yeah, I dropped another after this because we were gone all of about, 4.5, 5 seconds total. Latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Tax Network USA. Yes, right here on the Locked On Red Sox Postcast. We do pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, middle of July, spring training, early July, or the playoffs. It is year-round. You know what else is year-round? Yes, you do. Collection season. Just because tax season is over does not mean the IRS is going to stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. IRS, we know, can garnish your wages. IRS can levy your bank accounts and even seize your property. Do not let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or if you have finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit the website tnusa.com/lockedon. Make sure you mention Locked On Red Sox Postcast at checkout. You will receive a $250 discount off of their services. Tax Network USA, tnusa.com/lockedon, 1-800-549-1000. Mention the Locked On Red Sox Postcast at checkout, and you will receive a $250 discount on services. Red Sox lose to the Yankees, 14-4 in the Bronx on Saturday afternoon. Rubber game of the three-game set on Sunday night baseball. Locked On Red Sox Postcast also brought to you by Ibotta. It is summertime, which means it's barbecue season. Stock up on all of your grilling favorites and earn cash back on every purchase when you use Ibotta. So you will not have to choose between burgers or hot dogs. You can get both. I've done that already this weekend. Ibotta, free app that lets you earn cash back every time you shop. Earn on hundreds of items from groceries to beauty supplies, even toys, so you can make sure you are beating inflation no matter what you are purchasing. The average Ibotta user earns up to $256 a year. That could cover the cost of an entire shopping trip, that flight you've been eyeing, or a fancy dinner that you've been craving. Other apps give you points that really don't amount to much. With Ibotta, you can earn cash back that you can withdraw to your bank account, PayPal, or gift card. Simply add offers in the app, upload your receipt, and Viola, the money is yours. You can save on over 2,400 brands and shop at over 1,000 retailers, including your favorite grocery stores, Lowe's, Macy's, Sephora, Best Buy, and more. It's time you join the over 50 million users who use Ibotta to earn cash back every time they shop. Right now, Ibotta is offering our listeners $5 just for trying Ibotta by using the code LOCKEDONMLB when you register. Just go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free Ibotta app to start earning cash back. Again, use the code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Ibotta in the Google Play Store or the App Store, and use code LOCKEDONMLB. So, Sunday night baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Cutter Crawford, Luis Gil, the pitching matchup. We'll touch on that in just a moment. But Sunday, Major League Baseball is going to announce the reserves and the pitchers that are going to be be on both the American League and National League rosters. We will talk about that Sunday night, almost immediately following what we'll be on within minutes with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, within minutes of the final out between the Red Sox and the Yankees for the final series. Jerry Duran's an all-star, right? We should be talking about that on Sunday. Rafael Devers, an all-star, right? Connor Wong, I probably on the outside looking in. Tanner Houck, ERA, one of the best in the majors. Tanner Houck should be an all-star. You want Tanner Houck going one inning for the American League against the National League a week from this Tuesday in Arlington, Texas? I think you do. So we'll be discussing that as well after the Red Sox-Yankees conclude their series on Sunday. And, hey, all-stars. It's always fun to talk all-stars. It's part of the conversation. It should be part of the conversation. Numbers of the day. Let's go into this one. It may not be sexy, but, boy, put the ball in play. Red Sox have been striking out an awful lot of late. 13 more strikeouts in the loss to the Yankees on Saturday. Cedar Rafaela, one of the heroes on Friday night. Rough game for Cedar Rafaela. Struck out 3 times and went 0 for 4. Again, Red Sox striking out a total of 13 times. With that, the number is 5. Red Sox have struck out 10 or more times in 5 straight games, and now 6 of their last 7. They've struck out 10 or more times in each of the first 5 games of the road trip. Put the ball in play. Hamilton was in that number 2 spot. Jarren Duran, will get to him in just a moment as well. So 5 straight games with 10 or more strikeouts, 6 of the last 7 where the Red Sox hitters have struck out 10 or more times as well. Put the ball in play. 19. Rubber game of the 3-game set Sunday night. Cutter Crawford, Luis Gil, the pitching matchup. Red Sox 19-9 in the series finale so far this season. Try to do it again against the Yankees. Similar, 1-1 after 2. Remember, that's the way it was a couple of weeks ago at Fenway when the Red Sox were able to take the series finale on that Sunday and finished up that homestand at 4-2 against the Phillies and the Yankees. Red Sox win on Sunday. Good vibes. Take 2 out of 3 in New York after sweeping all 3 against the Marlins in Miami to open up the road trip. And 5-1 will look a heck of a lot better than 4-2 going into Monday's off day. Mention Jarren Duran. I don't know. I know Jarren Duran. We've touched on it. It's been chronicled. Alex Cora recently pulling him into the office saying, hey, you're getting an off day. And he said, bleep that. Right? I'm in the lineup. Wants to be in there every day. The way things are nowadays, Jarren Duran needs a day off. Not just a day off, and it's not going to come on Sunday, I wouldn't think. But not just a day off on the schedule, but a day off. I think sitting in the dugout, getting a mental, physical break, watching the game from a different perspective can help. Duran was 0 for 5 in the leadoff spot on Saturday, 1 for 10 in the series so far, and just 4 hits, 1 extra base hit, 4 for 26 so far in the first 5 games of the road trip through Miami and New York. So numbers of the day right there. Talked about All-Stars, Cutter Crawford, Luis Gil, the pitching matchup. Crawford picked up his 4th win of the season last time out that Tuesday in Miami, starting that series opener and the road trip opener, and he'll conclude on the mound, get the start in the finale of the 6-game road trip on Sunday. Crawford against the Marlins last Tuesday, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 72 pitches, no walks, 57 strikeouts, and 57 strikes, 7 strikeouts. That would be an amazing feat, of course. Picked up a win against the Yankees back on June 16th. Went 6, struck out 9, walked just 1, and allowed 3 earned runs. Gave up 2 home runs in that game. Home runs to both Aaron Judge and Jose Trevino. And Red Sox had won that game by a score of 9-3. That was the series finale on Sunday Night Baseball. Crawford, again, the long ball, it's been an issue of late. Giving up just 2 home runs in his first 9 starts, spanning 42 1/3 innings. And over his last 8 starts, giving up at least 1 home run in all 8 of those outings, and 12 total over 46 1/3 innings. Wants to keep the ball down in the zone. He is a fly ball pitcher, and we'll see if he can limit the home runs and limit, hey, you're going to give up a home run? Best way to give up a home run with nobody on base. Now, Luis Gil, talk about scuffling of late. Gil, 8-1, 1.82 ERA through his first 12 starts. And the Red Sox, 12-2 in his first 14 starts of the season. He's now lost his last 3 outings against the Orioles, Mets, and Reds. In those outings against Baltimore, New York, and Cincinnati, Yankees in those 3 games giving up 34 runs total. Gil in those 3 starts giving up 16 earned runs. His ERA going from 1.82 to its current 3.41 over his last 6 outings. When an inning and a third against Baltimore, did not make it out of the 5th inning against the Mets 2 starts ago, and 4 innings on his resume against the Reds the last time out. And he's been hit around a little bit as well. And perhaps, one of those, maybe an indication of that was his start against the Red Sox at Fenway back in June. Threw a season high 104 pitches in that outing, and the signs might have been right there. Gave up an earned run, walked 4, struck out 6, threw 104 pitches in his outing that where he didn't go into the 6th inning. And the Yankees ended up winning that game. It was their only win in the series, but Gil has been roughed up. Perhaps the Red Sox can continue that and add to his recent woes in the series finale at Yankee Stadium on Sunday. Again, our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, and all of our Locked On Red Sox postcast follows each and every Red Sox game all season long. We do thank you for making Locked On Red Sox and Locked On Boston, your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Also available live on our YouTube channel, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Also, tip of the cap to our sponsors. By supporting our sponsors, you are also supporting us and Locked On Sports. Thank you to our sponsors on our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast, Booking.com, Booking.yeah, eBay Motors, Tax Network USA, and Ibotta. We go live within minutes of the last out with each and every Locked On Red Sox postcast for the rest of the season. Locked On Sports Boston, again, the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your teams every day.